Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
I told you could get happy hour every day from 1 to 8 p.m. at the Evergreen Bar in Southfield. And the new menu items are looking right. Okay, I see they got lamb chops now. You know you got to hit the shrimp with the lemon drip. Okay, Evergreen Bar done stepped it up. Cheers to that. And on Friday and Saturday nights, they got a nice karaoke vibe from 7 p.m. to midnight. Everything was tasting right, and the drinks was hitting extra strong. Make sure y'all pull up to Evergreen Bar and Grill in Southfield.
Meet the IHOP House Faves value menu. Everything's just $6. Like the Breakfast Faves combo. $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
Detroit is my home. In Detroit, my first love came into my life. I bought my first car, my first home, where my firstborn entered the world. Can you see what I see? The future that is upon us? New generations will experience their own fabulous firsts. They will have their own stories, first memories to share.
The Equinox is the crossover SUV that has room for business or pleasure. Its spacious interior combines family and functionality, making Equinox picture perfect for every part of your life. Lease a 2026 Equinox LT for just $249 a month. Chevy Detroit. Together, let's drive.
Welcome into Farmington Hills Ice Arena. It's a WD2 CCWHA matchup between the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils and the Michigan State Spartans. I'm Luke Weinberger here with Carmen Foster. And Carmen, it's senior night here for the women's hockey team.
Yes, we're celebrating two of the seniors on this team. First up, Caitlin Moreland, senior defender. She's actually been with the program in all 4 years of its existence, so it's probably a surreal moment for her to be celebrated today. Also up, we have Ortega, number 14, who came into this team, this program, as a grad student in the 23 to 24 season and has continued her tenure here up until this season. So hopefully Blue Devils will come out with a win today for the seniors.
Yeah, it's going to be a big matchup. It's the number 6 Blue Devils and the number 7 Spartans. Those rankings actually came out today looking into it. And hey, playoffs are right around the corner. This is a very important game for both these teams as top 8 teams go minus the number 1 seed. So got to make a name for yourself. Got to try and get some extra points here late in the season. Move yourself up in those rankings in order to make sure to qualify for the playoffs. And hopefully winning that, you qualify for nationals.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a great game. Obviously, State comes in here trying to upset the Blue Devils, only ranked 1 ahead of them, but also the Blue Devils trying to keep their 6th ranking, and also trying to, again, win it for the seniors tonight. I think we have a good conference matchup ahead of us.
Yeah, Lawrence Tech coming into this game, they are 8-7. They have 2 ties on the season. Michigan State 6-4, 2 overtime losses, and then 1 tie on the season. Both these teams haven't played a ton of games. Carmen, how do you think that's going to play an impact on this game today?
You know, it could go either way. I think for such a small roster that the Blue Devils have, obviously we'll see how the game goes, but I know as an athlete myself, and I'm sure you can relate, as the season progresses, it starts to wear and tear on your body, that's for sure. And especially with only a short amount of girls on the team, I'm sure it does for them. Michigan State has a few less games under their belt and definitely a bigger roster for them. So they may come into this game more energized than the Blue Devils. It just, you know, depends on how they come out and play. I think coming out of the puck drop, that's one of the biggest plays of the game. We'll see how the tone is set heading into it.
Well, over the last 10, the Blue Devils have really struggled. They are 2-6-2 over that last 10. Now, those last 2 games that they did play, Adrian, they got a 3-1 win last Friday and a 4-1 win on Saturday. 4 goals on the weekend for Sophia Buckberger.
Yes.
So big weekend for her. Let's see if she can continue it into these games.
Yes, she's been a high contributor for this team throughout the season. Grad student leader, captain of the team. So we'll see how this game plays out. I'm sure she'll have a great performance.
Just going through the lineups right now. So these two teams have actually played only 7 times dating back to November 2022. Blue Devils taking both games last season. They had a 2-1 win at home and a 3-1 win out in East Lansing. So all of these contests have been tight ones. I mean, the biggest margin of victory was a 3-0 win for LTU. So looking to have another close game today. It's going to be low scoring, most likely. Both goaltenders doing pretty good jobs on the year. Rachel Hart for the Blue Devils. The record might not show it, but those save percentages and that goal against average does. She has 1 shutout on the year. Olivia Bolino for Michigan State. She is 3-1-2, a 1.39 goals against average, a .949 save percentage. She has 2 shutouts. So 2 good goaltenders out there on the ice today. That's going to be number 22 and number 30. So we'll see if the goaltenders are going to stand or if offense is going to take over and be more prominent in the game today.
I think it's going to be a pretty good defensive battle. Obviously, with Caitlin Moreland, like we mentioned earlier, senior defender, she has a lot of games under her belt. She's proven to be a great defender on the field, especially for Hart in the net or Lemke in the net. For sure, for their stats also show that as well. And I think that the goalies for state also show how impressive the defensive aspect of their team is as well. So I think, like you said, low scoring game, a lot of defensive efforts and highlights throughout.
Yeah, you mentioned Caitlin Moreland. We're celebrating her right now on the ice, number 18 right in front of us. Captain of the team. We actually know Caitlin pretty well. She is in our media communications program here at Lawrence Tech, and just a fantastic person. Does a great job in class, great teamwork.
Yes.
Anytime we get to do a project with her, she does a phenomenal job. So
yes.
Very glad to see her being celebrated here today. And then next up is Ortega, who is also being celebrated as a senior. She is another captain and grad student here at Lawrence Tech.
She has been a crucial defenseman for her team, but recently moved to forward when we needed a big offensive push. Now completing her journey as a graduate student.
So Carmen, let's talk a little bit about the top players on each of these teams. So obviously we mentioned her a little bit earlier, Sophia Buckberger. She has 24 goals, 11 assists, and 35 points on the season. She actually was one of the players that was mentioned by the Lawrence Tech coach when we were on the phone earlier this week. And I was told the motor that Sophia Buckberger has and her pure goal scoring ability and ability to put the puck in the back of the net is second to none, especially on this women's team. And you can see it in the stats. The next closest to her is Jordan Beavis, who's actually also in our media communications program. She has 19 points versus Sophia Buckberger's 35 points. So a lot of that offense runs through Sophia Buckberger, and it's just been an impressive season. 24 goals in, I think it was 17, 18 games. So
Yeah.
over a goal per game, and that's exactly what you're going to need from Sophia Buckberger today if the Blue Devils are going to come away with a victory. And then Jordan Beavis, 9 goals, 10 assists, 19 points. Addie Langton, 6 goals, 11 assists, and 17 points. And then my pick, I think Pernod's going to have a good game. Now, she might not show up on the score sheet a lot. She has 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points, but look for her to have a big game, especially on that line with Beavis and Ortega. And it being senior night, I think Ortega is going to really be out there to celebrate not only her season, her teammates, and her career, but this season as a whole, trying to get into the playoffs later in the year. But I would see Pernod trying to make a big effort, at least on the stat sheet today. Now, looking at the top players for Michigan State, we have Maggie Lempa, 6 goals, 3 assists, and 9 points. And you have to remember, the points might not be there because they've only played a very small amount of games. I think it's 13 games played on the season, so the points aren't exactly as staggering as you'd look for. But looking at their entire lineup, the point differentials aren't too different, as we have Avery Weishaus with 4 goals, 3 assists, and 7 points, and then Reese Heaton on the out there with 1 goal, 6 assists. But Anastasia Oreski, she's a person that I'd be looking for. 3 goals, 2 assists on the year for 5 points. As we take a second to celebrate the 2 seniors out there, Moreland and Ortega. But those are the 4 players you need to be alert for on the ice for each team, especially Sophia Buckberger. I mean, we can't say it enough. She had 4 goals last weekend against Adrian, and it's just been a very impressive season for her. 24 goals and 35 points. If LTU is going to continue in the path that they've done in the last couple games, taking those 2 games and that series away from Adrian, and if they're going to continue on into playoffs, they're going to need a lot of help and a lot of delivering from Sophia Buckberger.
Yes. You know, actually, coming from Canada, where she's from, that's obviously, as we know, a big hockey surrounded country, you know, area. So it just shows in her playing abilities that, you know, she comes from the area. She's a multi-sport athlete, which shows on the ice. You know, she's athletic extremely, and she's been constantly helping this team.
We're going to take a moment for the starting lineups. What do you think is going to be imperative for both of these teams in this game today?
I think one of the main things to focus on for each of these teams is taking advantage of the roster that you have. For the Blue Devils, you want to be conservative of your shift times, your time on the ice, or else, you know, it's really easy to get gassed out there. As for the Spartans, you know, taking advantage of your bigger roster size in this instant and staying, you know, energized throughout the game and using that to your advantage. And, you know, seeing your girl, it's all about watching your player, seeing, you know, as an athlete, you want to look and see how's my girl looking that's on me or anything? Is she gas? What's it look like? And as the Spartans come into this, I think they can use that to their advantage with such a big roster size.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more about getting pucks onto the net and getting rebounds. I think that's going to be the biggest key to the game. Both goaltenders have shown that they've been very solid in net so far this year. And getting pucks in the net, getting rebounds, and the more shots, the better. As we are about to drop the puck, it's Bibas and Radman here at the faceoff. It's won back by Michigan State, passed over to the defenseman, and up along the boards. Taken into the zone right there, it's Weiss. Weiss with it, trying to move it over to center for Radman, but it's intercepted and taken the other way by the Blue Devils. Jordan Bibas down across the blue line as that one kicks out into center ice. Sent deep and recovered by the Spartans to Piernot, who now has it moving through her defensive zone. She loses the puck, and it's picked up by the Blue Devils. There's Piernot with it, tries to backhand that one towards the net. It's intercepted and put onto the stick of Weber, who moves it to the middle. Nice play defensively right there by Moreland, the senior. Trying to get to it is Fitzpatrick as she has it stolen off of her stick. Good back cut right there. Trying to get it to the net. It was Oreski. Pass to the outside. Now going down with it, it's Ortega, the other senior. She has an opportunity. She dumps that one deep into the zone, and on the forecheck goes Langton. Langton wins the puck race and now has it in the corner, looking for some help. She turns and backhands that one back into the corner. Meeting the puck there is Moreland. She is helped out by Buckberger, whose shot goes just wide. And into the corner goes Graham to recover. Graham trying to get to it is not able to do so. Now Buckberger giving her a little bit of help. Little body positioning, little body contact right there as that puck is getting out of the zone and sent back deep by Graham. That one ends up back on net. And Bolino will cover.
Nice start to the game for the Blue Devils, keeping it in the offensive zone, setting the tone coming into this game, First goal means a lot in any sport. You really want to come in here and keep the momentum up. You never want to come into a game down.
As that faceoff's won back by Bibas, given over to Ortega and sent back deep by Benson. That pass across for Fennessy as that one is blocked and passed up into the slot. Now going the other way, here comes Oreski as that one's covered by Hart. We did have an interview earlier with Coach, and as you were mentioning before the game about the short bench, she really talked about how playing smart and being more experienced is really the only difference that LTU has to make in order to succeed with such a short bench. As that puck is won back by Bibas and given over to Benson. Pernod trying to get to it. Pernod with it in the corner now, trying to cut back up, get rid of that, isn't able to do so, and Benson will pick it up. Benson gives that one over to Bibas. Bibas now gives that one up the boards to Ortega. Ortega over her blue line as that one goes off of the stick of the Spartan defender, and they will have to go back into the zone to recover. Larson's on the puck now. Larson with it, looking, centering pass, and that one goes off the stick of Ortega, and it's picked up and going the other way by Weishaus. Behind the net now, it's picked up by Bannister. Bannister looking for some help. Takes a shot right there. That one goes wide. Defenseman makes a nice play right there, stepping into the corner. Tries to backhand that one for Hayes as that one gets out of the zone. Picked up by Weber. Weber looking, makes that pass over to her defensive partner. It's Piernot. Piernot gives that one over to Hayes as Hayes dumps that one in deep into the zone, and icing is called off. Back to play that one, it's Fitzpatrick, as that she has it taken off of her stick. Low behind Hart in net for the Blue Devils. Still holding on to it. Spartans have it covered. Langton looked like she couldn't get her stick on it as it moves back to the defenseman Piernot, who takes a shot. That one looked like it went off of a body in front. It was Fennessy with the block there. Now picking it up, the Blue Devils send that one off the boards. Picked up by Weber and sent over to Piernot. Now Moreland with the puck. Her pass is intercepted, intended for Buckberger. Now Buckberger picks it up off the boards, tries to backhand that one out. Gets out to center. Buckberger with speed through the middle. Nice one-handed pass to Langton. Langton shot, scores. Nice goal right there by Langton.
What a read. Honestly, 2v2 scenario right there. You want to take that shot. That was a great shot right there. Not wanting to pass up in the middle. Obviously, Buckberger's D'd up right there. That was just great placement.
Yeah, Buckberger did a great job getting the puck there. She made a move in the center, into center ice, made that one-handed pass to Langton, and Langton looking shot all the way. Just like we said before the game, it's going to count about getting shots on net.
Yes.
And one of those prime opportunity scoring chances for the Blue Devils. Langton puts it in the back of the net, and Ortega takes it through center now. Moving to the outside, she takes another shot as that is put wide, sent off the boards, and kept in right there by Fitzpatrick. Now Ortega trying to get to it, isn't able to do so as she takes a little bit of a fall right there. Puck bouncing and trying to beat Fitzpatrick wide. It's Dobbs with it now. Dobbs with an opportunity to take that one to the net. Good stick by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick now with it, trying to give that one over to Beavis. She isn't able to hold on to it. Recovers and sends that backhand off the boards, and Johnson is going to have to go back to recover, but Pernod beats her to the puck. Pernod in the corner now, sends that one to the center. It's Beavis in the slot. Beavis' shot. That one looked like it went off a body. It's loose in front, and the whistle sounds.
Great job there, attacking the puck. Beavis saw puck's still down, plays live, and you know that's the kind of intensity you want in type of matchup like this. Play until the whistle is blown.
Yeah, that was a good job. Pernod found Beavis in front of the net in the slot. That was a good pass right on the tape. And then a good shot right there. Just ended up going off of a body and a little bit wide as Michigan State wins that one back, and it's sent all the way around. It's recovered right there by Lempa. Lempa with it now, skating through center. Good amount of speed, looking for some help as she slows up and goes around the net. Lempa with it still in the corner. Gives that back to the defenseman. Her shot, as that one's loose in front, and the rebound is gathered by Langton. Buckberger now sends that one off the boards. It's not able to get out as Kingdon sends that one onto the net. Benson with it now. Rims that one all the way across, and not able to get to it was Graham. A little bit of a ping pong pass right there, just going back and forth as Langton sends that one all the way around the boards to Buckberger. Buckberger with it now. Doesn't quite get that one over the red line, and icing will be called. Got to do a better job of making sure you're over the red line right there, get the puck deep, then get a change. Wasn't quite there to the line when she made that pass, shot, dump attempt, and icing is the call, and we will have a face-off to the right of Rachel Hart. Face-off won back by Michigan State, moved over to the defenseman Weber, who sends that one down and around. On the play now, it's Heaton with it in the corner. She comes around and takes a shot, and that one looked like it went off the body. Langton now trying to get it out. Graham is not able to hold on to it, and Pernod sends that one across, and it's going to be an opportunity here for Michigan State. Centering pass, drop pass to Heaton. Heaton's shot, and that one goes off of a body. Not able to be covered right there by Hart, but the Blue Devils did a good job of picking up the open man as that one goes off a post and in. I couldn't see Oreski or Weishaus put that one in the net. It looks like it was Weishaus, and Michigan State answers back.
Just an unlucky play for the Blue Devils, obviously. It's something you don't want to do is put the puck in the back of your own net, but mistakes happen. It's all about, you know, what are you doing on the next play? But I will say that was great puck movement from the Spartans in their offensive zone, which resulted in the goal in their favor.
Yeah, as that faceoff is won over and sent over to Oreski, who backhands that one for Heaton. That pass goes wide, intended for Ortega as she gets to it. And now here comes Beavis. Beavis, nice toe drag move, trying for the backhand pass, but it did not connect to Pernod, the intended receiver. And now here comes Michigan State the other way. It's Weishaus, goal already in this game, and she is angled off by Ortega, who now has the puck. Ortega holds on to it. Nice little foot pass onto the stick as that one's given up to the defenseman Johnson. Johnson now trying to send that one deep. Weishaus does a good job of sending it into the zone off the deflection as that pass is intercepted and goes off of a stick. Moreland will now pick it up in the corner. Moreland with it, gives it to Beavis. Beavis holding backhand, gives that one to the slot to Ortega. Ortega, the senior, takes the shot. Good job driving the net right there. Now picked up by Hayes in the neutral zone. Hayes trying to move to the outside. Bibas trying to get a change. Skates right back. That one to the half wall. That shot goes on net by Johnson. It's covered by Hart.
Great play by Bibas in the offensive zone right there. You could definitely see the amount of puck control she has. And, she noticed, I'm not going to get a lane out of skating through two, three girls. She held the puck, controlled it, saw the open pass, and that was a great setup by her.
Yeah, she saw the secondary opportunity there as Buckberger takes this one through center. Just good job keeping eyes open, looking for your teammate, and finding the open man as Graham sends that one deep, but it's intercepted by the Spartans. Fennessy does a nice job of keeping that one deep and sends that one back for the Spartans to recover. Now on the puck, it's Langton, but she has it taken off of her stick. That was Dobbs. Dobbs gives it up to Novig, who has it now. She's closed off in the corner, and that cross-crease pass did not connect onto a stick. Dobbs trying to move the puck as Langton takes it off of her stick. Langton's able to put that one deep, and here comes Buckberger on the forecheck. Buckberger trying to step in front, and that one ends up on the stick of Fennessy, whose shot goes wide. That one goes off the stick by Larson, who tries to make a centering pass up the boards to Dobbs.
Nice block shot there.
Yeah, Benson with it now. Benson holding on to it, looking for Buckberger. Went off the backhand, tried to send that one to center, and here comes Pernod.
Good look.
Pernod with it, her shot. And the goaltender will cover the puck. That's exactly what you want to do, getting pucks on net. Now, it's funny because we talked about how good the goaltenders have been, and we've had 2 early goals, 1 for each team. I did mention a little bit that offenses are trying to spark, especially with playoffs right around the corner.
Right.
So that could be one of the reasons why.
Yeah, I think it's a great start to the game for both teams.
Bibas wins that one back. That shot, and the rebound is loose. Good play with the stick was Weber, who gives that one over. Moreland, nice pass across right there, looking for Fitzpatrick, as Fitzpatrick sends that one to Pernod, who puts it in deep. Back to recover in the defensive zone, it's Weber. Weber makes a nice move right under us. And good play by Moreland. Picked up and going the other way, though, are the Spartans. Ortega is able to pick up that loose puck as that shot goes on net and it's covered by Bolinho.
I think the Blue Devils are doing a great job of, realizing or, knowing the team that they are. They're, really utilizing dumping the puck into the zone, not trying to finesse around all the Spartans players, right? Which can result in a turnover, more work for them. Dump the puck in and then get in there and get situated.
Exactly. Don't got to do too much as Bibas wins that one back. Here's that pass to Moreland, who sends that one deep before she was taken out by Weishaus. Here comes Michigan State, a nice attempt right there as Fitzpatrick will have to go back and recover.
Oh.
She crashes into the boards right there. Oreski has had an assist already in this game. She was on the attack, and that pass, it looked like it just teetered off the stick a little bit, just a little bit of a fan right there. And here come the Blue Devils trying to get that one out of the zone. Sent in deep, but going off of a body, it's Ortega with the puck now. Ortega sends that one across for Graham. Graham tries to send that one in deep, but was not able to do so. Pass is tipped, and that one's sent off the boards by Michigan State. Quick transition here for Michigan State as Wong takes it in. The Wong shot goes wide, going to the net. In deep, a little bit of a traffic jam right there in the corner. Trying to get to it. Wong has it now, trying to center that one, but it went off the stick of Moreland. It's exactly what you see from a senior there, very experienced using her stick to block off that passing lane as Buckberger's shot goes off of a body and goes wide. LaVille with the block. As that pass for Wong is intercepted by Langton and sent deep, and here come the Blue Devils back on the forecheck. LaVille with it. She's in the corner. She's being harassed by Buckberger. Nice move right there by LaVille as that puck is kept in by Fennessy, whose shot, it's loose in front, right onto the tape of Langton's shot, who sends it right into the chest of the goaltender. Good job getting that puck on net.
Mm-hmm. Great power there on that shot, too.
Blue Devils continue to be very successful on those face-offs and generating offensive zone opportunities off these very important face-offs, that's exactly what you want to do. Here's Buckberger taking the face-off, the left-handed shot, wins it all the way back. Back to Langton. Langton now has it, sends that one across, and not able to hold on to it was Bolinho. Fennessy, good body positioning right there. Able to keep that one in, backhands that one onto the stick of Kagan. Kagan shot, that one's gonna go to the length of the ice, but will end up right in the glove
Smart move
of
there.
Hart. Yeah, that's great move right there, knowing the geometry of an away ice arena. That's very impressive right there. A nice little send that one off the high glass. Went to math today already, I'm assuming, because those geometric angles were 100% correct as that face-off to one back to Weber, whose shot goes wide of the net. Trying to get to that one was Ortega, who sends that one back down to Benson. Benson now gives that one up to Ortega, and it's intercepted by Larson. Benson with it behind her net. Has that taken off of her stick, and pass to the slot is picked up by Bibas, who gives that over to Pernod. Pernod to Bibas. Bibas trying to get to that one. It's going to be offsides as it bounces out to Fitzpatrick in her defensive zone. Over to Ortega. Ortega sends that one deep, and here come the Blue Devils on the forecheck. Pernod meets the puck where it is and holds on to it over in the slot. Ortega comes up to help out, sends that one around, and it's picked up by Kagan. Kagan's pass did not get out of the zone. Kept in. Bibas now has it. Bibas's pass for Ortega going the other way. Good play by Kagan to grab that puck and make a move on it, but here comes Bibas the other way. Bibas, a little toe drag, trying to wait, plays it to the center, but that one just out of reach of Ortega. Trying to get that one deep was Graham, was not able to do so. Nice little tap with the foot. Dobbs now has it. Dobbs in the zone, backhands that one right onto the net. I assume she was going for a pass, just a little bit too much on, a little bit too far in front, and Rachel Hart will cover.
A lot of back and forth action, I would say, so far in this period. We haven't really seen much of a settle in the offensive zone. A little bit of puck movement, but nothing crazy that's, one favoring the other.
Turnovers and quick transitions, that's been what the game has been all about so far. Big face-off here in the defensive zone for the Blue Devils. Face-off one back by Langton, but that one went off of body and goes to the defenseman for the Spartans, who sends that in deep. Corralled by the Spartans deep in the zone now, trying to get rid of it, not able to do so. Moreland does a good job, little poke check right there, trying to get that one out, but Michigan State's able to keep that in as that shot is covered by Rachel Hart.
Good save there. Couldn't really see it from our angle, but, glad it ended up in her glove for sure.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a screen in front of the net. Rachel Hart able to reach around and grab that puck out of the air and get a whistle for the Blue Devils to stop the ensuing Michigan State threat as that shot goes wide. Good shot right there by the defenseman. I believe that was Weber with the shot. A little bit of a scrum in the corner, and out pops Langton with the puck. She sends that one all the way around for Buckberger. Goes off of her stick. Now it goes right back on. She tried to play it between her legs. Now it's a puck race. Buckberger trying to get to it, not able to do so. Good back check right there by Radman as both of them fall down deep into the corner. Now here come Michigan State as Benson able to make a nice little move right there with the puck as she fans on it, and here comes Michigan State the other way. Trying to get to that puck, not able to do so. Zalempa, Radman and Weiss on with it now. Langton now coming out of the pile with the puck. Langton to Buckberger. Buckberger, fake slap shot. That one goes off of a leg, it looked like, off the leg of Pernot and went a little bit wide. Good play right there by Fennessy, trying to get it. It ends up on the stick of Michigan State. Good stick right there by Benson, and here comes Buckberger the other way. Buckberger with it, a lot of speed. Bibas trying to drive the net. That shot goes off of a body. Michigan State doing a good job blocking shots here early in the game as Weishaus comes through center with the puck. Weishaus, Keaton with her. Weishaus trying to get through the center, not able to do so. Good foot, or might have been a stick, could not quite tell, but good play right there by Benson. Michigan State still threatening in the Blue Devils zone. Trying to make a centering pass right there to the defenseman. Shot, that one went off of a body. Trying to get to it, Weishaus sends that one on net, and it's covered by Hart.
I think with we're already seeing quite some physicality in this game. It shows, what these conference matchups are all about, especially with State being right under the Blue Devils in the rankings right now.
Yeah, playoffs right around the corner. Those rankings did come out today. We can touch on them a little bit later in the game, but right back-to-back, 6 and 7. Any wins for either of these teams are all important come playoff time as that puck bounces right in front of Hart and she covers. So actually, let's take a moment and do that right now. So far, State's, we talked about it a little bit, top 8 go minus number 1, Northern Michigan, Ohio State Central, Northwestern, LTU, Michigan State, Bowling Green State University. Those are the teams that are seeded to go to playoffs as it sits today. Here comes Michigan State with it. Avery Hayes trying to play that one to center. Now she gets it onto her stick off of the deflection, and here comes Hayes wide. Hayes' shot goes just wide, goes off of a body, and it's covered as Moreland ends up in the back of the net.
If only bodies counted for goals, am I right?
No, that would be bad because she ended up in her own net. It would have been a goal for Michigan State. So thankfully, nothing too crazy happened there. Hart's able to make the cover, and here come the Blue Devils. They're making a quick change, and Langton will have a face-off against Hayes. Blue Devils have been pretty good on the face-off so far today as that one is won over to the hash marks and given back down deep by the Spartans. Good forecheck right there, trying to get to it, not able to do so. Looking for the centering pass as that one goes off of a body onto the stick, and that one is saved.
Ooh, nice snatch.
By Hart. Hart's really stood on her head ever since giving up that goal about 6 minutes ago. But so far, so good. That's another thing that Coach actually talked to me about. I asked her, what are some of the top things that keep your short bench in the games? And she said goaltending, energy, and playing a team game. And so far today, that's exactly what the Blue Devils have done as Kagan sends that one deep in for the Blue Devils to recover. It's Fennessy pinned to the boards as that one comes out of the corner with it. It's Michigan State giving that one a centering pass to the slot. Avery Hayes is not able to hold on to it. Sent deep by Kagan again. Michigan State's defensemen doing a good job pinching right here when they see the opportunity. Good body right there by Langton. Langton, a little bit too much body. I said good body, too much body. She's going to head to the box for the first penalty kill of the day for the Blue Devils. Now, so far on the year, both these teams have done a decent job on the power play and penalty kill so far this year. Michigan State hasn't done so well on the power play, but they've done a decent job on the penalty kill. Lawrence Tech has done a phenomenal job on the penalty kill, killing 83% of their penalties. Michigan State only converting at a 7.1% clip on the power play. So hopefully Lawrence Tech is able to do a good job killing off this penalty as it's 5-on-4 for now. Buckberger sends that one 200 feet the length of the ice, and Michigan State will have to go recover. LaVale with it now. Trying to make a move.
Good pressure.
Pressured by Ortega. Good job right there. Ortega gives that one up, trying to look for Weishaus as it's intercepted and taken off of her stick by Buckberger. Buckberger back to Moreland and all the way back down into the Spartan zone. Now this would explain why the Spartans have not been so good on the power play this year. Not able to do a good job breaking out. They're struggling so far, and the Blue Devils send this one back deep again. Great job right there.
They need to get the puck back in their offensive zone. They were doing a great job before they were on the power play, so just get it down there.
As that one's tipped into the zone by Avery Hayes and picked up by Fitzpatrick. Backhanding a pass for Moreland, who's going to have to try and send that one out, and she will. It's going to go all the way back down. Blue Devils doing exactly what they need to do on the penalty kill, getting that puck deep. Every opportunity that they get set up behind the net, it's Weber. Weber makes that pass over to Kagan. Kagan sends that one across, and that one went off of the foot of Herberst and back onto the stick of Benson, who sent that one deep. Avery Hayes with it now, trying to send that one across. Able to do so. Connects with Herbst. Taken off her stick by Benson. Avery Hayes sends that one to center, and that little tip in front. Nice save right there by Hart. as there's 15 seconds left on the power play for the Spartans.
Blue Devils are doing a great job at wearing down the time of that kill. That was like the first, I think, shot of the whole power play for
It
the
was.
Spartans.
First time the Spartans were able to hold puck possession in the zone. 14 seconds left on this Langton penalty. 2:37 left in this first period. It's 1-1 here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. Good job by Buckberger sending that one back down deep. And that will do it for this penalty kill for the Blue Devils. It's going to be even strength from now. Buckberger sends that one across off the boards. Good pass right there to Benson. She gives that one off the boards to Langton, whose shot is saved. The rebound's loose in front. Trying to get to it is Bebus, not able to do so. And here come the Spartans the other way. Fennessy pinched down right there. And here come the Spartans. Trying to make a play. It's centering pass, and that one is tipped in front. It's loose. Looking for the rebound. It's picked up by the Blue Devils. Buckberger, I believe, has it. Send that one into the corner. Good job. Good reaction time right there to get rid of that puck. No high sticking call right there as it's kept in the zone. Nice move right there by Heaton. Heaton's backhanding attempt, and it's covered by Hart.
Hart's doing a great job in that net right now. I think a lot of this game already, she's been screened pretty well in front of that net, and she's still saving every shot almost all rebounds too. She's doing a great job.
Yeah, rebounds haven't been an issue so far in the game. They've been there, not able to pick them up. Michigan State hasn't been able to. This faceoff's won back by Langton. It's intercepted and taken by Weishaus, who sends that one deep into the zone. Now it's in the corner. Fighting forward is Fitzpatrick, trying to give that one over. It's intercepted and played out to the center. Good job keeping that puck in. It was Heaton. Sends that one deep. And Michigan State's really taken control of the puck now after that power play attempt. Really figuring it out as Moreland's not able to hold on to that puck. Going down is Oreski. Now it's a little bit of a puck battle, and Langton comes out of the corner with it, trying to get it to Buckberger. Buckberger with Fennessy, trying to give it to her in open space, isn't able to do so, but here comes Buckberger with an opportunity. Taking it to the net. Her shot goes off the shoulder of the goaltender, and it's out for Bebus to recover in her zone. Last minute of play here in the first period. We're at 50 seconds to go. That one went off of a stick, and here comes Moreland with it. Moreland circles back into the zone. Gives that one up to Fennessy. Fennessy trying to get that one to Bebus, whose backhand attempt didn't go very far. Kagan sends that one in deep, and recovering is Moreland. She holds on to it, and coming out of the pile now are the Spartans. Making an attempt with 20 seconds remaining. It's picked up by Lempa. Holding on to it now, kept into the zone by the Spartans, sent deep. Here's Moreland with it, sends that one around for Fennessy. Fennessy holding on to that one deep, trying to kill it off. Good job right there. Gives into the Spartans, a shot on net late. And that will be the end of the period. 1-1 here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. You know, one goal apiece, a lot of shots by both these teams. Blue Devils started to struggle late. Michigan State able to hold on to the puck. Started generating a lot of opportunities. You know, right there, right in front of the net, or right along the side of the boards before that puck got to the net. Fennessy did a good job of holding on to it, but wasn't able to hold on to it long enough. So it made it really difficult there. That luckily there wasn't enough time on the clock, but a puck that bounces to a defenseman, a shot goes on net, goes deep. And that shot is very difficult.
I think the Spartans did a great job at kind of dominating in the offensive zone at the end of the period. However, they couldn't do it during the power play. I think that's something, you know, you need to capitalize on throughout the game. Take advantage of the extra girls that you have on the ice.
Yeah, we're going to send it down to Caprice Johnson, who's interviewing Abby Langton.
Hi guys, I'm down here with Abby Langton, who made the first goal of the game. Congratulations. Take me through that moment up on the net.
I saw my teammate, she was driving the middle. I was just trying to get it over to the middle, kind of looking for that far pad. Ended up just bouncing right off of that pad and going right in. It was a good play, so it's all to do with my teammate getting the puck up and just moving it.
Yes, this first period, it was fast paced, it was aggressive. How do you think this momentum will take you guys through the rest of this game?
I think it'll take us pretty well. We just got to keep up the intensity, keep up the hard work. Got to get pucks deep and just play our game how we normally play it.
Awesome. Thanks for your thoughts.
Yeah,
back
thank
to,
you.
back to you guys.
Yeah, so 1-1 goal by Abby Langton was the first one of the game. She got it from Buckberger. And then not long after that, Michigan State answered. It was Weishaus and Oreski who ended up putting in the back for Michigan State. And that's where we will go. We're going to head to intermission, and we will be right back after this. 1-1 here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. Welcome back to Farmington Hills Ice Arena after first intermission. We're going to take a look at that replay, that shot by Langton. Good job driving the net right there. That's exactly what cleared it up from Buckberger, driving the net hard right there, cleared it up. Nice shot right there. Just a little bit of a chip in front, went a little bit wide off the stick. Looks like, I can't even tell who that is. I believe it was Buckberger knocking it in. So she did a good job right there, driving the puck to the net, driving to the net to get that shot for Langton, but ends up bouncing off her stick, and that's where we sit tied 1-1 here after first intermission, second period, moments away. Looks like we're going to be rocking the same lines that started: Ortega, Bibas, Pernod, with Moreland, Fitzpatrick. We'll see what State answers with, but State really had a lot of momentum coming out of the period right there. They had a rough power play, which the percentages of the stats actually do show that they've had a rough year on the power play, but they did a good job outside of the power play, especially in the last 5 minutes of the game. Yeah. So we'll see if they continue to do that.
Like I said a little bit earlier in the game, they took advantage of the Blue Devils and, wearing out at the end of the period. So Blue Devils need to come into this period with their momentum back and energized from a 15-minute break and, keep the momentum in their favor.
Yeah, so State is going to answer with the exact same lines they had. It's going to be Lempa, Radman, Weiss, Weber, and Pernod on defense for them, as that puck is given to Pernod for the Blue Devils. She moves it in deep, trying to give that one up. Bibas is able to recover and sends that backhand in deep. Pernod trying to play that one out. She is able to do so, and that pass to center is able to be made. Here comes the Spartans the other way. It's Weiss with it now. Weiss trying to play that one deep. Good job generating speed right there. Fitzpatrick trying to beat her to the puck, not able to do so. It's a little wet right there behind the net as Radman gives that one to the point. Pernod with it. Pernod shot. That one's tipped in front. Good job by Fitzpatrick. That one bounces wide. Backhand from Lempa. Sent that one deep. A little bit of a body contact right there as that backhand rebound is loose. Not able to be corralled by the Spartans. Hart still on the ground trying to get up. Lempa with it now. Lempa trying to send that one cross crease. That one ends up on the stick of Pernod. Her pass gets out of the zone, not able to be corralled by Weber, and she will go back to recover. Backhand for Radman, who sends that one back to Pernod. Pernod with it now. Looking, tries to give that one up. Oreski with it now, sends that one across. Changing are the Spartans as the Blue Devils recover in their zone. Langton with it, trying to get that one to Buckberger. Buckberger makes a play to center, trying to beat the race, but not able to do so. Langton sends that one deep into the zone. Back to recover. It's Johnson for the Spartans. It's taken off her stick, ends up on Fennessy's stick. Now with Langton in the slot, Graham trying to get to it, not able to do so. Johnson sends that one up the boards. Fitzpatrick makes a change. Benson not able to keep it in. Weishaus with it now. She sends that one in deep behind Rachel Hart. Benson now right under us. Trying to make a play on it. Oreski down there with her, as well as Heaton and Buckberger. Buckberger, a nice little shove right there, able to do so. No call from the referee. Fennessy not able to get there. That puck to the slot is given to Buckberger. Buckberger's trying to get it out of it. Runs over. A little bit of a knockdown right there by Johnson as she gets a change, and here's Fennessy with it now. Fennessy looking to center that one, and that one's going to go the length of the ice, but it's going to be on net, so no icing will be called. Bolino will cover, and we're going to have a whistle at 17:30 remaining here in the second period.
Spartans came into this period like how they left in the first. They're dominating in the offensive zone, but with the Blue Devils starting in their offensive zone at this whistle right now, this is a chance for them to kind of switch this momentum.
A thing that I would look for, maybe not with Bibas, she's a left-handed shot right there, but off the center, you can push through and get a person driving to the net right there, and that's exactly what you want to do if you're the Blue Devils. But you got to have the right personnel out there, as that face-off is one back, and that shot is blocked. There's Bibas with it, trying to get rid of it. It's Avery Hayes now with the puck. Her pass is picked up by Bannister, and her shot is saved by Hart. Now Bibas with it, trying to send that pass over, but that one's going to go right on the net yet again, so no icing is called. Hagen with it, able to get that one out. Fennessy trying to get rid of it. Bannister with it, sends that one deep and onto the forecheck. The Spartans go. Benson doing all she can, trying to get rid of that puck, is able to do so, and Ortega will come down to help out the defensive core. Not able to get that one out of the zone as Ortega has it taken off her stick, and Bannister is going to take that shot, and that one's going to go wide. That shot, little slap shot from the corner, it was Larson coming down, not able to hold on to it as Ortega's pass for Fitzpatrick is picked up. Fitzpatrick trying to make a little move to the outside as she's able to beat the defender wide, cuts back to the center, trying to make a pass, but not able to do so. Spartans regroup in their zone now. Behind the net, it's Larson. Larson with it, holding on to it, trying to make a pass. Good cut back by Larson, back behind her net. She makes the outlet pass, trying for the centering pass, and that one's just off the stick of Hurst. Fitzpatrick takes a fall in the corner, but gets rid of that puck. Ends up on the stick. The Spartans almost bounced off a corner of the skate and into the net, but good job keeping that pad down firm was Hart. Hurst with it in the corner now, looking for the centering pass, and is loose in front. A little bit of a hold, and Benson's going to get a holding penalty. Benson ripped the stick out as that one's picked up by Graham. It's going to be a holding call right there. So Benson right there trying to maybe get a little bit of an advantage right there, ends up paying the price and is going to head to the box for 2 minutes for holding. And Michigan State's going to go back onto the power play. Now, wasn't very beneficial for them the first time, was it, Carmen?
No, it wasn't. But, you know, this is their chance, you know, capitalize on the momentum that you already have right now. Your man up, use that to your advantage. But also for the Blue Devils, this is a great chance to also push the momentum in their favor, too.
Avery Hayes tries to push through the faceoff right there, not able to do so as Moreland picks it up in the corner. Holding on to it. Moreland sends that one off the boards, and it's going to go down the length of the ice, but intercepted and picked off. Hagen with it now. Playing it into the corner. Little shot right there. Whistle's going to be blown. Michigan State wearing those green Spartan uniforms, those black pants, green socks, and I believe a black helmet. Very basic Michigan State look. The Spartan on the front. Blue Devils wearing their signature gray with the Blue Devil. Blue lettering. Talking a little bit too many men. Moreland's going to go get a change right now. They got those black shells, gray pants, or gray socks, gray jerseys. As Bebus loses the faceoff, is one back, and that pass is sent out of the zone by LaVale. Holding on to it, looking for some time, looking for some space. Larson has it. Larson makes the pass over to Weishaus. Drops that one back. Good pass right there. LaVale will hold on to it, and it's an even better block by Ortega right there, the backhand. For Bebus, is picked off in center and not able to be held up long enough, and offsides is the call.
The Blue Devils are doing a great job on their defense in the defensive zone on this kill. They're staying tight in the middle of the ice, you know, blocking shots, and not letting the Spartans get or capitalize on the man-up opportunity.
Yeah, we got about a minute left on that Benson penalty for holding, as it's taken by the Spartans, trying to get it back to the defensive core. It's Radman sending it back down deep, now back down to Radman. Radman takes a look across, and that one's backhanded. Little pass right there, try to get it backdoor for Heaton. This line is doing work so far. They were the line that generated that goal so far for the Spartans, as that one's sent over to center and down deep. Power play units trying to pick up some steam as Heaton has it in the corner. Looking for that backdoor attempt, not able to do so. It's picked up right there now by Heaton. Her shot is blocked. Now it's Pernod with it, trying to get rid of it to Bebus, who sends that one down deep, and that should do it for this penalty kill. Maybe one last opportunity. LaVale picks it up. Her pass does not connect, and icing is called off, and we are at even strength. That pass over to Fitzpatrick. She's going to send that one off the boards. Almost a too many men call, nothing from the referee. Michigan State has the only 2 power plays as that shot is saved by Hart. Moreland rims that one around looking for Langton, who isn't able to hold on to it. Now taken by Piernot. Piernot trying to give that one across, not able to put it on the stick of Bannister. Fitzpatrick rims that one around for Ortega, who puts it right back off the boards, and it bounces back onto the stick of Moreland. There's Fitzpatrick, her backhand attempt for Langton connects, and she will take another shot just like she did in the first period, but that one is blocked by a body. Fitzpatrick's turn. That one ends up in the back of the net. Fitzpatrick takes the shot. Nice goal right there by Fitzpatrick, and it's 2-1 Blue Devils.
Great job by the Blue Devils there. Again, another shot from basically the blue line. You know, capitalizing off of what seems to be like a goalie's weakness today.
That backhand pass picked up by Langton. Langton takes a second, takes that shot, it bounces right back. Good awareness by Fitzpatrick, knowing that, hey, the goaltender might be off of her angle. Takes that shot exactly when she needed to, and Fitzpatrick, off the rebound, well, off the blocked shot, is able to put it home for the goal.
That was some great puck movement also in the neutral zone.
Yeah, trying to do so, finding an open guy wide as that pass. Almost a high sticking right there, but not able to connect with it are the Spartans, and here comes Langton the other way. She's pushed down a little bit, getting into it right there with Radman. That pass goes off of a skate, and it's picked up by Lempa. Blue Devil shot, and that one picked up by Radman, trying to keep it onside. She cuts back up, trying to generate some speed towards the center, and that shot will go right to Hart. And we're going to have a save. You know, the most important thing so far that I've seen in the game is making sure you're getting shots in the slot. You know, all 3 of the goals so far have been from the house, is what we want to call. And once we go to a wider stance, I can show you with the lines. But the house right in front of the net, it's about a square right in front of the goaltender. But if you have control of this area on the ice right here, you're going to be more successful, because, I mean, that's where all 3 of the goals have already came from so far in the game. So making sure you're keeping people to the outside of that, but if you're on offense, getting inside of that box, getting more men than they can defend. As that pass to Bibas is able to stay onside as she slows up, makes that pass across for Ortega as that save is made by Bolino.
Great look by Beavis there.
That was a good pass right there. Good job. That pass is intercepted by Bibas out in front. Fennessy not quite able to hold on to it, but she will regather, recoup, and send that one deep. Pernod on the forecheck now. Weishaus sends that one out to center, and Benson will do her due diligence and put it right back down deep. Back to recovers LaVale. LaVale makes a nice move right there and goes right back into the body of Bibas. She's able to grab that one, and it's going to go down the length of the ice for icing. Now, what we were saying is making sure that if you're an offensive team, you want to get shots in the slot, get people going to the net, get those rebounds. So we follow the referee skating all the way down the length of the ice. But that's exactly what you want to do. If you can control the house, the center of the ice, the soft spot in the offensive zone, you're going to be more successful.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Blue Devils have done a better job than Michigan State has. Now, granted, Michigan State has had better possession of the puck thus far in the game. They haven't done as well of holding down the soft spot in their defensive zone. Yeah. Buckberger trying to do some work right there. Nice little poke check into the corner, picks it up. She will slow up. Good move, little mohawk right there. Takes that shot in front. She had a good look right there, but a nice save by Bolino. 2-1 Blue Devils, 10:41 remaining here in the second period. Carmen, how impressed have you been with this offensive attack so far by the Blue Devils?
I think it's been great. I think, you know, we've been saying the Spartans have had a lot of the momentum offensively, and I think
Langton's shot is saved by Hart, or by Bolino. Now Langton with it again.
I think the constant shots, like you were talking about on net, is what's really helping the Blue Devils kind of get ahead in this game. We talked about, you know, getting open in the slot in the house, and, you know, that's the best angle for getting a shot off.
That rebound's loose. It's loose in front, covered by Hart, and we're going to get a whistle.
Little push in there, too.
That's exactly what you want to see. The physicality, play up until the whistle.
Yeah.
Right in front, Hayes looked like she got a little bit of a hand up in the face of, I believe that was either Buckberger or Langton, but hey, no call, no foul, am I right?
No. As a player, these are the fun type of games. You're playing a conference opponent, you know, tough game, tight matchup. It's going to get physical.
Benson with it now. She's rubbed out a little bit along the boards, and it's picked up now. A little bit of a move right there. Nice move to hold on to the puck in the corner. It's Bannister with it now. Given to Hayes, back to Bannister. Bannister looking for some help now. Good moves right there behind the net, trying to generate some space. She's able to do so. Looking for an outlet pass. She will not find it. Good job defensively by Benson holding on to it. Giving up to the point, and that shot goes wide off the off the skate of Fennessy, and that one's
get that out.
Sent back and recovered by Kagan. Here's Benson. Her shot is intercepted by Wong. Shot goes wide.
Good play by Fennessy there, reading that. Trying to get in the way of that shot.
Now playing it now along is Herbst. Herbst giving that one centered. Right up the top of the slot as that shot goes wide. Her pass for Weber. Now it's in the corner with it. It's Dobbs. Dobbs looking for it. Dobbs found a stick open in the slot. Good job by Ortega, the senior captain. Doing a great job getting in the way of that stick lane, knowing a guy's open and putting a stick on it. Fennessy trying to win that puck battle. She's able to do so as it flips up in front. Here's Bebus with it. Now Dobbs comes out of the pile with it. Dobbs with it, looking for some help. Dobbs trying to make a move to the outside, is able to do so as that puck goes back to center. Here's Weber with it. Weber's shot, bouncing off of bodies. It's loose in front. Backhand just goes wide. Shot in front, right into the gut of Hart. And we get a whistle. The Blue Devils can breathe.
Spartans are doing a great job of being active in front of the net, screening the goalie, you know, being there for the rebounds.
Now it's been very apparent that stuff right here, rebounds have been showing up right here. If you're able to get there, which Michigan State has not been able to do so.
And Hart is just blocking them off, too. She's doing a great job in that net.
Hart's doing a good job on the initial shot, but rebounds are there. Blue Devils have to do a better job of picking their head up and looking around to make sure nobody's open, because pucks have been bouncing wide, and there just luckily hasn't been a stick there for Michigan State to put that rebound home.
Right.
But so far, Hart's been very good on that initial shot. Here comes Graham with it. Here's Buckberger now trying to play it to the center. Buckberger looking for Langton. Langton's shot as they both fall. They're not doing a good job right there for Michigan State. Fitzpatrick with it. Now Buckberger covering for the defenseman, and Langton will come out of it. Weber now gives that one over to Lempa. Now Graham sends that one down deep. Langton is going to be on the forecheck. Does a good job, backhands that one. Piernot's going to have to go get it. Fitzpatrick keeps that one in at the point. Going to need some help, and the Spartans able to do so and get it out. Good job, good stick play right there by Buckberger, poking that one off the stick of Heaton, who gives that back to the defenseman. Now it ends up on the stick of Oreski. Moreland sends that one in deep, and the Spartans will have to go back to recover. 7:10 remaining here in the second period. Blue Devils hold a 2-1 lead. Trying to make a play in front, Ortega, and here's an odd man rush right in front. Trying to give that one to Pernod as that rebound goes wide off the stick of Bebus. Those are the rebounds that I'm talking about. You got to get a stick on them, got to be ready for them, especially if you know your teammate's going to shoot the puck onto the net. Bebus looking for some opening, trying to get Moreland to switch with her. She does as that puck goes off of a body and bounces right back onto the stick of Fitzpatrick. Moreland sends that one back down deep, and Weber will take it off the boards. Weber's shot goes off the high glass, but able to keep it in right there is Moreland. A little bit of a ping-pong game going on, just sending it back and forth down to the point. As Michigan State's able to get that one out, it's Weishaus trying to make that centering a pass for Heaton, but it's intercepted by Ortega. Weber with it now, deep in her zone. She's going to set up behind the net, send that one off the boards. Looking for the stick of Oreski, but not able to connect. Heaton's able to get onto that one, but it's onto the stick of Moreland, who gives it over to her partner. It's Benson. Benson back to Moreland. Moreland trying to make a move. Good forecheck right there by the Spartans, but Langton's there for the outlet pass. Spartans dump that one deep. It's Weishaus. Benson with it, sends that one off the boards. Good job is Bannister to keep that one in. Bannister looking for some help, sends that one on net, and it bounces right onto the stick, or into the glove of Hart.
Long stretch of play there, that's for sure. Most of it being Spartans in their defensive zone, which we haven't seen a lot of, especially in this period. So good to see that the Blue Devils got some offensive action there.
Hayes and Buckberger are taking the faceoffs. You know, that is something I've noticed about Buckberger, is she's taking the faceoffs, but she isn't playing center, so maybe more confident in her abilities to win faceoffs, but a better job. Is that stick whacking a little bit? Benson's going to let her know. But Langton is playing center when the play starts to get going, but it looks like Buckberger is taking the faceoffs. So maybe that might play a factor in late in this game as Buckberger is able to intercept that one and going the other way, is it? Buckberger's shot, that one goes wide. You know, something I've noticed about Michigan State, they do a phenomenal job back checking, not giving those Lawrence Tech players an inch to breathe in that offensive zone as Benson takes that one around. She has a lot of speed. A little bit of a hook right there is Wong.
No call, though.
But Fennessy puts that one up the boards, trying to get that one to Langton, but it's intercepted and taken behind the net by Johnson. Johnson trying to get that one to Wong, trying to get that one between the legs. Buckberger not able to do so. That is a name who's been very quiet today, at least on the scoreboard. She just has 1 assist so far. 4 goals last weekend. Look for her to get very hot before the end of this game. Here's Buckberger with the puck now. Buckberger sends that one off the boards, looking for Langton, not able to connect. LaVale with it now. LaVale trying to get that pass over, not able to connect with Hurst. Hurst with it behind the net. In the offensive zone, good puck possession right there. Attacked by Fennessy, trying to use her body to get rid of it. Pops out in front, rebounds loose. It's still loose under the bodies right there. Now it's loose in front, looking for it is Dobbs. Dobbs trying to get to it. Dobbs backhands that one, good save by Hart. Michigan State still threatening now, trying to give that one back to Weber, down to Dobbs. Dobbs now with it, sends that one on net. It bounces right out in front. It's still loose, trying to cover it is Hart. And she finally does, and the crisis is averted. Good job by Hart covering the puck. That was about 4 or 5 different opportunities for the Spartans right there, and Hart stood strong throughout.
Those are moments that the Spartans need to capitalize. You know, we've seen that all game. You have the opportunity for a great rebound shot and just not capitalizing off it, not finishing it.
Good face-off win back right there. That shot goes just wide and into the corner. Trying to get rid of that one is Moreland, but it's taken off her stick by Weber. You know, Weber's done a great job all day for Michigan State stepping up on the point when the opportunity is there. Here's Weber looking around for it. There's that shot. That one's saved right into the glove of Hart. You know, a lot of the time throughout the game, I've noticed Michigan State sticking to the outside right here, trying to keep it to the outside. They're keeping to the outside here. They got to try and get into the inside of the park, you know, inside of the zone. You know, the house is a very important thing, and they've been all around it, but they haven't been in it too much, you know, other than right in front of the crease, which it's a good thing. Yes, you want to have puck control in front of the crease. You want to have puck control there, but if you can get in the high slot, that's exactly where you want to be, because then you can get better shot opportunities, more opportunities to get pucks to the net. Exactly, exactly. You have a lot more to shoot at. Now holding on to it, trying to get rid of it. Giving onto the stick of Pernot. Now sent that one up. It's Lempa with it, trying to go wide, looking for some space. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They're just dropping pucks right there, going everywhere but into the zone. And It's just very difficult.
It's making it easy for the Blue Devils defense. You know, what you want to do as a defender, you know, push them to the outside. Give them the bad angle on the shot. Keep them out of the house, the slot that we've talked a lot about throughout the game. You're not making it hard for the defense to defend you when you're not a threat.
That faceoff's won back by Buckberger yet again. She's been very good on faceoffs. And Graham not able to hold on to that one as Hart makes the save. Very difficult so far for Michigan State to get something established. You know, they've had shot after shot attempt, rebound after rebound attempt. They're just not able to capitalize. So that puck's given to Langton, trying to get to it, not able to do so. Sent right across the crease by Piernot, not able to hold on to it. Trying to get rid of it. It's intercepted by Langton. Langton sends that one into her own bench, and we're going to have a whistle here with 2:23 remaining here in the second period. 2-1 Blue Devils here on senior night at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. Tell us a little bit about the point totals in the careers of both of these players.
Yeah, you know, for the seniors, Ortega, 38 assists, 42 points, 1 game-winning goal, which is, you know, you always want to get those, right?
Buckberger takes the puck now, holding on to it, skating through center, trying to generate some speed. Shot goes off the leg of Johnson, and that rebound pops right out in front of the zone. Langton's able to recover it, sends that one behind. Langton using her body positioning and speed to pick up that puck in the corner. Buckberger trying to get rid of it, give that one to center, and it bounces onto the stick of the Spartans. That pass across, intended for Oreski. Not able to connect, and Michigan State will have to recover it in front of the line. Benson with it. Sends that one across, but it's taken by Johnson. Weishaus with a step. Buckberger doing a good job on the body positioning and sent deep right there by Heaton. Benson with it. Benson gives that one to Pranad. Goes off of her stick, sends that one over to LaVille, who uses her defensive partner to get rid of the puck. Now with it is Wong. Wong showing a lot of speed throughout the game as that rebound goes out in front. It's still loose. Hart's on the ground, looking for it in the slot, and Pranad takes care of the puck. That one will bounce out. Avery Hayes not able to hold on to it, and Hart very lucky as we hit 1 minute remaining here in the first period. That one's laid to center. Now it's Avery Hayes with it. She sends that one deep into the zone, and Buckberger will recover it. She makes a move into center, and here comes Buckberger the other way. Buckberger with it, 30 seconds to go here in the period. Taken to center now. It's Bannister trying to get rid of it, not able to hold on to it. Ortega sends that one deep, and Kagan will have to go back and recover it. A little bit of a tumble right there. I believe that was a Larson, actually. Bebas' shot is saved, and 2.2 seconds are going to be remaining. You know, not a lot of time to do anything much here, but if you were going to do something, maybe a little push play right here. Try and get a left-handed shot opportunity, a left-handed shot, which Bebas is. Right. Put Ortega and Pranad on a route straight to the net, and just have Bebas either take a shot. Now, if you're Michigan State, I do not know who is taking the face-off. It looks like it was Hurst. All you want to do, as soon as that puck drops, fall right on top of it. As the refs discuss something, I do not know what they could be discussing here with 2 seconds remaining here on the clock. They're going to go talk about it. They might be putting some more time on the clock or something. I don't no clue what they could be talking about. Having a discussion with the LTU coaches. Maybe the faceoff might be moving. And we will figure this out in a minute shortly. It looks like the faceoff's going to come all the way back down into the Blue Devils zone. They're giving a penalty now to the Blue Devils.
Oh, wow.
Interference call to Graham, and Michigan's a 5-minute major.
Oh, wow. This is a must capitalize off moment for the Spartans. You haven't been able to capitalize off of the 2 other power plays the whole rest of the game. This is going to carry into the third period.
If I'm being honest, I think this is more detrimental for the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
I believe that Sophia Buckberger is now ejected from the game and will no longer be a part of the Blue Devils for the rest of this one. As I believe that's a 5-minute and a game, because it looks like Graham's serving the penalty for Buckberger as the buzzer sounds. So that's going to be a long 5-minute. Not only is that going to be a long 5-minute power play for Michigan State, but you're going to be losing one of your better players. If not one of the best player. I mean, she has 35 points on the season so far this year, so it's going to be very difficult to make up for that, especially if Buckberger is done for the day. I do not see her on the bench, did not see her in the box. It looks like Buckberger is going to be gone for the rest of the game. Blue Devils do have the lead 2-1 here at the end of the second period. Moments away from going to the sideline to Caprice Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what happened there for her to get ejected. Did you kind of see that there?
I do not know. It looks like they were having a little bit of a discussion as they're having a little bit of a discussion over in front of the net. Looks like we're going to be having Caprice Johnson talk with Jordan Bibas. So we're going to send it down to Caprice on the sideline.
Hi, guys. I'm with number 17, Jordan Bibas. As a forward, you have created space, cycling the puck. How has this team created your gameplay?
Yeah, they're a tough team. I mean, they're pretty heavy on the forecheck, so you just got to be mindful of what you're doing and get the puck out and make plays.
So we're ending the second quarter 2-1. What's the plan for this third period?
Yeah, our best player's got a 5-minute game, so he's got to stick to our game plan and play smart.
Yeah, stay positive and keep up the momentum. Thank you.
Yep.
Back to Carmen and Luke.
So we did hear it straight from the mouth of Jordan Bibas. Sophia Buckberger will not be returning for this game. She received a 5-minute penalty and a game misconduct. So she was ejected. Looks like Graham's going to be serving that penalty, and that's what we're going to have to deal with. We're going to deal with a 5-minute penalty when we get back after this. It's 2-1 Blue Devils on top here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. Welcome back to Farmington Hills Ice Arena. We're taking a look at the replay right here of what we think is the penalty to Sophia Buckberger. She swings that stick pretty violently on the way back right there. The call was spearing and unsportsmanlike conduct, resulting in a 5-minute penalty and an ejection. You know, I get the swing was very violent, right? But she does not seem to make any contact with anything whatsoever. And the call was spearing, which, if anything, I think that would have been a call for slashing.
Yeah.
So if I'm being completely honest, I don't really understand what the refs are calling right there.
No.
And actually, you went down there, you were walking by, and you actually had a conversation with the Michigan State coach, and the Michigan State coach was actually confused at what the call was.
Yeah, he was actually asking me, you know, what did we see, because he was actually surprised himself by the call, and which is hilarious because this call is in his favor. You know, you take one of the best players out of the opposing team out. But he was asking me, you know, did I see what happened? Like, but I didn't. So, you know, we were both kind of confused.
So it's going to be a 5-minute penalty to Sophia Buckberger, and it looks like Graham's going to be serving it. And the Spartans will start with it here in the offensive zone, holding on to it now. Making that pass over was Cagdon as that shot goes wide. It was Weber looking for it. That backhand ends up on the stick of Cagdon. That shot goes wide. Wong trying to get to it. Wong will. Turns and fires that one over to Weber. Weber sends that one back down to Wong. Blue Devils trying to get to it. Not able to do so as that rebound sets out in front as that is saved. Hayes not able to put a stick on it. It's going to be 4 minutes remaining here on that penalty to Sophia Buckberger for, if anything, it should have been slashing, but the call was a spear. That shot is saved.
I see the misconduct part of it. You know, I mean,
she swung very, very violently at that. So that's the only thing. Like, I can get the unsportsmanlike conduct. I think the ejection was very aggressive. I mean, you could have given her a 10 and a 2. You know, a 2-minute for slashing and 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct, but.
Yeah.
Referees discussed it, and that's what they were discussing, and it's going to be an ejection for the Blue Devils.
Even weirder, it was called extremely late. I think Buckberger was already off the ice as well when they called that penalty.
Yeah, which I get it. I understand it, which it is what it is. Blue Devils are going to have to play down a man. Well,
it's already a short bench.
Down a man for the next 3:37, and they're going to be without their best player for 100% the rest of this game and potentially even tomorrow's game against Michigan State, and that's really harmful, especially with these playoff rankings of playoffs right across the door. Both these games are very impactful for both the Spartans and the Blue Devils. So we'll see how Lawrence Tech will bounce back from this as Michigan State takes over in the zone. Holding on to it now is Larson. Gives that one down. And stick handling in the corner now with the puck. Johnson trying to move that one over. Very slow developing power play for Michigan State. They're looking for the right opportunity, and Heaton has a shot out in front as that one's saved by Hart.
I think one of the biggest things the Blue Devils really need to focus on for, you know, at least the rest of this game is, you know, you're out your best player. Who's going to step up? You can't let the loss of Buckberger affect your team. You can't get mopey about it. You got to, you know, on to the next. Who's going to step up? How are we going to win this game, keep this lead?
Yeah, it's a tough loss for the Blue Devils, of course. I mean, anytime that you lose your best player in a game, regardless of the reason, it's going to be a tough loss. But
right.
So I think you're exactly right. It's going to be about who can step up, especially when goaltender Rachel Hart's playing very well in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So just got to do a better job right there, staying out of the box. That's the third power play of the day for MSU. This is. And so hopefully the Blue Devils continue to be perfect on this penalty kill. As that pass for Johnson is bouncing around out in front, and Bebus will turn and fire that one. Johnson not able to hold it in, and the puck will go out, and they will have to recover. 2 minutes remain on that penalty as Moreland's shot attempt is knocked down by the stick of Oreski. She holds on to it in the zone. Gives that one back to Johnson, and offsides is the call. 16:55 remaining here in the game. Blue Devils hold that 2-1 lead, but still on the power play are the Spartans after that late penalty at the end of the second period to Sophia Buckberger. That faceoff's won. Held on to right there, and Ortega steps up and will take it and dump it down deep. A 1-3 is what the Blue Devils are playing here on the penalty kill. Trying to get that puck deep, and that's gonna be icing. The whistle will be blown as Benson wins the race to the puck, and it's gonna come all the way back down to the Spartan zone.
Spartans need to take care of the puck. You're up by one, 5 minutes up by one. You got to capitalize off things like this.
The Spartans are trying to do too much right now.
Yes.
I've said it early. I said it earlier today, and I've said it very often throughout this game. They've done a very good job of holding on to puck possession, but they haven't done a fantastic job of getting pucks into the slot and to the net. So let's see what Wong does as she drops that one back down to Avery Hayes, whose shot is blocked, and it'll be sent down into the Spartan zone. Pass made across. That one was looking for Hurst. Now it's picked up by Benson. Benson dumps that one over to Bebus, who does a good job of getting that puck out just out of the reach of Kagan. Kagan now sees a lane and takes it, trying to open up some space, sends that one across, but that one's on the stick of Bebus. Pernod trying to get that one out, not able to do so as Wong takes over possession for the Spartans. That one's into the slot. Here's a shot from Weber as that one bounces out in front and goes wide. Hurst, the first one to the puck, gives that one back to the defenseman. It's Kagan. Back down to Hurst. Hurst to Kagan. Kagan's shot, that one goes wide. Went off of a skate, went off of a body. That one ends up behind the net. Now here's a rebound. It's loose in front, behind the net. Loose off to the side. Now it's back behind the Blue Devils net. Puck is really bouncing here. 10 seconds remain on that penalty to Buckberger. Sent all the way across. Graham serving that penalty to Buckberger right now, and she's going to get right back onto the ice. Now it's even strength for the Blue Devils. Great kill right there. Fantastic job, the Blue Devils killing that penalty. Bebus with the puck now. Bebus looking to the center, and that one's intercepted. Here comes Hurst the other way. Hurst with an angle. Hurst shot, that one goes wide. Good stick right there by Bebus to force it. Benson with it. Not able to hold on to it, and line change for the Spartans as Oreski comes onto the ice to grab that puck. Oreski circling around. LaVale, her shot. Loose in front, saved by Hart.
Wow.
Rebound picked up by Ortega, and that's exactly what you need. That's exactly what we talked about, stepping up when the time is needed, and Rachel Hart has heard the call. Pernod doing her best in the offensive zone, trying to get to it. Johnson's trying to get that one over to LaVale. LaVale with it now for the Spartans in their zone. 14 minutes remain in this game. Oreski trying to get that pass, not able to do so. It's to Moreland. Moreland taken up by Johnson. Good stick right there by Langton. Langton, good stick again. Oreski trying to get that one. Now it's onto the stick of Langton, and she has a shot. Langton's shot goes high and out and wide. Fitzpatrick keeping that one deep. LaVale gets that one taken off her stick by Langton, who gets taken off her stick by Heaton. Now along the boards, right under us. Trying to get that puck. Langton able to do so. It lands onto the stick of Ortega. Ortega shot. That one goes wide. Good save right there by Bolino. Oreski gives that one over Weishaus, who does have a goal in this game already. Good body right there by Moreland, forcing an outside lane shot. Hart plays that one for the Blue Devils. Fitzpatrick with it now, gives that one over to Moreland. Moreland's pass is intercepted. That shot goes wide, and Langton with it, trying to get it out. She's able to do so. It's picked up by Larson. Larson with it through the neutral zone. Larson dumps that one in deep, and the Blue Devils will have to recover. Fitzpatrick on it. Forced by Larson. Fitzpatrick now forced by Radman. Given to the slot, it's Kagan. Shot goes off of a skate. It's loose in front and picked up by Fitzpatrick. Now here comes Ortega with a lane, but it's taken off of her stick. Lempa with it now. Lempa making moves. Good stick right there by Moreland. Lempa with a little body positioning, gives a little nudge to Moreland, and she falls out. Good job by Kagan to send that one in deep. And we will get a whistle. Lot of quick transition hockey.
Yeah.
And the Blue Devils are going to have a defensive zone face-off.
You know, we keep talking about this. Spartans, they get the puck. Immediately, I feel like it's getting taken wide. You know, you take it to the outside. You be a threat. Take it towards the middle. See that open lane right down the center.
Avery Hayes takes that puck in the corner now, looking for an outlet pass. Sends that to one in the center, and that one looks like it got caught up in a skate. Benson trying to hold on to that one. Fitzpatrick with it now. Behind the net, Fitzpatrick with it, trying to hold on to the puck. Playing it deep. Benson with it behind her net. Benson gives that one up to Bebas. Bebas trying to get rid of it now. Kept in deep by the Spartans. They're doing a good job of keeping this puck in the Blue Devil zone. Avery Hayes with a backhand for Wong. Wong trying to get that one over. Bannister trying to help her out. Avery Hayes, Wong and Bannister all in the corner. Wong pulls out. Piernot shot is blocked. Now with it is Weber. Bernard dumps that one in deep. Back to recover, now it's Weber. Weber with it now. Looking for an outlet pass, is able to do so. That one went off of the stick of Hayes and onto the stick of Benson. Now with it, it's Weber. Weber trying to look to that outside lane's able to do so. It's Bannister with the puck now. She's trying to beat Benson to it, but Benson uses her body. Good job right there. Benson sends that one over into the corner to Ortega, who gives that one to Langton, whose shot goes on to the net. There was a switch in goaltender. No longer in net is Bolino. They send out Daria Rorick. Rorick in net now as that one goes wide. Bouncing puck in front, trying to get to it are the Blue Devils.
Lots of loose pucks in front of the goalies for both teams. Having a hard time capitalizing.
Now with the puck, trying to get to it. Langton's able to pick it up into the corner. Trying to get that puck to Ortega. Ortega's able to do so. Now onto the stick of Moreland. Moreland with the lane to the net. Moreland takes it to the slot, not able to do so. Knocked off her stick and that one goes wide, but here comes MSU the other way. It's Novik. Novik's pass is intercepted by Pernod. Starting to feel the energy rise here as that hit from behind is not called.
Wow.
Referees missed a call right there. Pernod was pushed down from the back. Another one could have been called right there, and here comes Heaton the other way. Heaton to the slot. Shot by Orega, and she scores.
Oh.
It's 2-2 here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena.
What a great shot, but that's got to sting for the Blue Devils. You have two, you could classify them as missed calls after Buckberger gets ejected, you know, but you got to come back from that one.
Good pass to open space right onto the stick. Shot goes back bar down, and it's 2-2. A couple missed calls, in my opinion, by the referees result in a Spartan goal.
Especially that could have been boarding call in front of the Spartans bench.
Yeah, a little
that
bit.
One stands out a little bit more.
If anything, I don't know if it would have been a boarding call, but if anything, it would have been a hit from behind. But
yeah,
no call on the ice, and this game is tied as it's picked up by Oreski. She gets 2 points on the day for the Spartans. It's a very good shot right there. That's exactly what you want, but here comes Ortega the other way. Let's see if she has an answer. Ortega, her stick, not able to protect the puck as well as she needed to, and Benson will have to recover. You can tell that big bench for Michigan State starting to have a factor here late in the third period. It's 2-2. Sent that one deep and back to recover. Weber looking for some help, not able to do so. Good forecheck by Ortega. Fennessy playing deep now. Looks like they moved Fennessy up to play forward in the absence of Buckberger as Pernod turns to send that one deep, but it's onto the stick of Kagan. Fennessy now drops that one back for Benson. Benson sends that one off the boards to Graham. Not able to hold on to it. The Michigan State Spartans pick it up. Lempa with it now. Tried to get that one to center. Here comes Radman the other way. Backhand pass, shot, saved. Rebound is loose in front.
Get it out.
Able to push it to the outside is Fitzpatrick. And rebounds after rebounds after rebounds. Blue Devils are getting lucky that Michigan State isn't there to pick it up. Got to clear out some open space. Got to clear out the open person in front of the net. Blue Devils struggling right now. A lot of energy for the Spartans. And they hold on to the puck and send that one deep. Benson has it now. Benson with it, gives that one up to Fennessy. Fennessy makes a little move right there, gives that pass up to Langton. Langton making a move. Langton with a shot to the outside. Rebounds loose in front, and Langton not able to hold on to it. It's picked up by the Spartans. Graham, loud collision in front of the net, and Hayes picks it up. Hayes with it now, trying to get rid of it. Hayes holds on to the puck, sends that one to the outside. It's picked up now, going the other way. Bannister with it in the corner. Sends that one in front. Shot by Johnson, tip in front by Avery. Hayes goes wide.
Great look for that tip there.
Looking forward in front, it's Benson now behind her net. Below the red line, Hayes picks it up. Bebus trying to help her out, 6:30 remaining here in the game. Granted, we don't need extra time, and it's not tied 2-2 as Moreland, nice little stop-start as that shot in front goes off of pad. Benson picks it up now, gonna try and ice it. Good idea. Whistle is blown, good body right there by LaVelle. 6:07 remaining here in the third period, and it's been all Spartans as of late.
Intensity is definitely picking up. As of recently with that Spartans goal especially, you know, a lot of Blue Devils trying to step up as well.
And Blue Devils look very tired over on their bench. They're actually going to call a timeout.
Good call there. Good call there. They need a breath. A lot of back and forth. There's been a lot of sprints without any whistles as well. Makes it harder for such a short bench as well.
So if I'm the coaches of LTU, the main goal, the main thing that you need to focus on your team right now is make sure the energy is high.
Yes.
As we go in and take a look at the benches. The energy of the team, you need to make sure everybody knows that we're all here as we get a look at the Michigan State bench. You need to continue. I know you're tired. I know it's not working out. I know Sophia Buckberger got ejected, but you got to keep working. Hey, it's a 2-2 hockey game. It's the third period. You got to dig super deep right now. And in contrast, the Michigan State Spartans, their coaches keep going. Hey, Lawrence Tekis, they're starting to get tired. They're starting to take a step back. They're starting to fall off a little bit. They're starting to get on their heels. And that's exactly when you need to capitalize. Those rebounds that Michigan State has been getting in the slot, they got to capitalize. Hey, get a guy going in the net. Make sure your stick is down, ready for it in the slot. You got to put that rebound home if you want to come away victorious in this game.
100%.
And both these teams need a victory very badly, especially so close in the ranking, because it could switch a lot. Either they switch or some crazy stuff happens, especially with where the rankings are now. Bowling Green State, Michigan State, and Lawrence Tech are all those last three teams to get in Aurora and Adrian right on the outside looking in. Wins are crucial this late in the season.
I can't imagine how tired the Blue Devils are right now, especially with, like I said a little bit earlier, the long sprints of no whistles in between. That's just, you know, constant line changes between lines that you barely have.
Face off one back to the Spartans, and we're going to do it over again on the other side. Blue Devils have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 skaters.
Compared to the Spartans, 4 forward lines.
4 forward lines, 3 defensive lines.
You could tell by if you look through the stream. I mean, the benches is.
Rebound is loose in front.
Oh.
And yet again, Hart is able to hold on. Rebound was loose for a second, covered up by Hart. 5:55 remaining here in the third period. Man, oh man. It is 9 skaters versus 18 skaters.
Wow.
The legs are getting very tired out there for the Blue Devils. And if I'm being honest, it looks like they're just trying to hold on for dear life. And that's all they can really do as Pernod's able to get that one out. Here's Bebus with a burst of speed. Bebus to the inside. Bebus with a toe drag shot. That one bounces wide, trying to flip it around. Bebus ends it up on her stick again. Bebus, little backhand attempt, sends that one back down deep, and great shot attempt, great new life for Jordan Bebus and this Blue Devils team as that puck is sent wide and kept in. Not able to be kept in and sent the length of the ice, and icing will be the call.
Bebus is stepping up right now.
That's exactly what you need. Second highest point scorer on this team. She has 19 points on the year, 9 goals, 10 assists. Jordan Bebus is the person you want to go to when your best player is not available. Bebus still out there. Pernod's out there. Ortega's out there. Benson and Fitzpatrick out there on defense. Face off one back by Bebus, given over to Fitzpatrick, whose pass connects with Ortega. Backhand goes off of the face of Kagan. Ortega is set up, and that's going to be the first power play of the day. Pernod with it now. Shot saved, and the Blue Devils are going to go on the power play. It's going to be a body-checking penalty right there for the Spartans, and the Blue Devils are going to have their first power play of the day.
This is a great moment for the Blue Devils. Capitalize, not having to worry about, you know, the idea of chasing the puck around, chasing the Spartans, who are very energized within the last 5 minutes. You don't got to worry about chasing them down. You're up the girl, take advantage, settle the puck down, and look for the good open shots, the good passes, the good feeds.
Play at your pace, and that's what Lawrence Tech will have to do here as that face-off's one back. They are 22% on the power play. Michigan State 80% on the penalty kill. Langton backhands that one over for Moreland, whose shot is tipped by Fennessy. Langton holds on to it now. Good stick right there by Johnson, their captain for Michigan State. Good job icing that one down. Johnson's letting her know. Radman, the girl who did the icing. Fennessy's pass is not able to connect. They called it good. Blue Devils are going to have to forecheck now. They're going to change. Not a lot of energy from the Blue Devils as Johnson will send that one the length of the ice.
The Blue Devils look like they're down. They're playing back a little bit, like they're on the kill right now.
Blue Devils really need an Energizer Rabbit right about now. Get some battery chains right here as Fennessy now has the puck, trying to circle back behind the net. Waiting in front is Radman. That pass to the outside is completed to Moreland. Moreland with some space now. Moreland, is she going to take that shot? It's going to be blocked by Johnson. Bebus with the rebound. Bebus' shot goes wide, and Radman will send it all the way back down. Now I get the opportunity to take a shot presented itself for Moreland, but you can't take that shot right there. You got to set up the power play, especially with 33 seconds remaining. Your guys are tired. That quick transition was not very helpful. But here comes Bebus down on a 3-on-2. Bebus sends that one across, and that one goes between the legs of the defenseman. Langton picks it up, drops it off for Bebus. Bebas looking for some help. Bebas sends that one over to the slot. That one's not able to connect with Fennessy, and it's sent back down by Michigan State.
I'm liking the offensive pressure the Blue Devils are giving, though, trying to set things up, getting shots on goal, you know, doing a lot better of a job than the Spartans were doing on their power play.
Penalty is over for Michigan State, and we are at even strength. Trying to get that puck out of the zone of the Blue Devils, not able to do so. Moreland with it now, sends it over to her partner, Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to get that one over to Pernod. It goes off of a stick and bounces back into the corner. Oreski's right there for it, trying to get it to the slot. Weishaus sends that one on net. 2:40 remaining, and we're going to have a whistle.
Good hold there by Hart. You know, give your girls a second to breathe and set up. I think the Blue Devils are also playing, you know, a little rushed. Like, we're down. You know, it is a tie game. It's tight. You want to score. But it's different than if you were down one. You're trying to rush and get a goal in. No, control the puck, keep it steady, and, you know, capitalize on good opportunities.
Michigan State trying to get themselves out of the play-in game for the playoffs. Currently slated to play Bowling Green State in that play-in game. The winner of that game would play Northern Michigan University. That one is rimmed all the way around, and Weishaus is going to be the first one to it. Weishaus sends that one deep back onto the stick. That one rebound is corralled by Jordan Bebas. Luckily, it was her stick rather than a Spartan. Fitzpatrick with it now. Sends that one deep. Bebas, a little bit of a cherry pick. That one was intercepted and going the other way. It's Weishaus with it now. Weishaus cuts across. Shot goes wide. Rebounds loose there, and we're under 2 minutes to go here in the game. Bebas ices that one. Well-needed whistle, it looks like. There's the whistle. Hopefully the Blue Devils are going to change and a little bit of a breather out there. Langton, Bebas, Fennessy on forward, covering for Sophia Buckberger, who was ejected in the second period for a spearing and unsportsmanlike conduct call.
I'm liking Fennessy on the forward end.
So, fun fact about that, I actually did have a conversation with the coach. Fennessy and Ortega actually switched positions.
Really?
Fennessy started as a forward earlier in the year, and Ortega started as a defenseman. They actually switched after an injury to Ortega. She ended up playing forward, and Fennessy ended up playing on defense. So,
oh, wow.
Fennessy doing a good job jumping right back into the offensive play, being needed back on forward. As that's a big hit by Fennessy right there, and
the refs are letting them play.
Luckily, no penalty right there. Not trying to have an influence on the play as that shot is blocked by Benson. That one's sent off the boards and through the legs. Pernod here with an opportunity to get to that puck, but Hayes beats her to it. Lemko with that pass gives that one over. Trying to get that one back to the net. Larson not able to do so. Drops that one back. Now holding on to it. Believe Lempo with it. Gives that one to Hayes. Backhand centering attempt. That one's onto the stick. Graham not able to get to it.
Good pass intercepted there.
44 seconds remaining here in the third period. It looks like we're going to need extra time. Icing is going to be called here. 40 seconds remaining in the game. It's 2-2.
Blue Devils need this face-off win.
I am not exactly sure if they will call a tie or go to overtime. I believe, according to CCWHA, it will be a tie.
Yeah.
But I do not know the answer to that question. If this is a tie, the Blue Devils will have tied 3 times in their last 5 games. So not exactly what the Blue Devils will look for. It's better than a loss, but also not exactly what you want. As Moreland takes that puck, trying to get that one passed across. It's intercepted off the block by Larson. Giving that one over to Kagan. Moreland with it now. 10 seconds remaining here in the game as Moreland sends that one off the boards. Pernod does a good job of getting that one deep, and that one looks like it's going to do it. As Michigan State will hold on to it, Larson's going to let the buzzer go down, and it's going to be 2-2. Do not know what's going to happen. I'm not sure if we're going to OT or not. It looks like we might be going to OT. The potential to go to overtime is honestly just looking
like
at
5.
looking. It's going to be a 5-minute overtime. 3-on-3 5-minute overtime,
Some
which
extra
is
hockey.
very helpful for the Blue Devils. Only needed to put 3 players out on the ice during this
Yes.
overtime period. Little more of a rest. So
Conserve their players.
exactly what the Blue Devils need. Hopefully the energy will continue to go through. Now I think after 1 overtime it might be a tie, but it looks like we are going to for sure get a 5-minute overtime period. And the player that I am looking forward to watching, who showed a lot of key throughout the third period, was Jordan Bibas.
Yes.
Showed a lot of energy right there. And on the other side, the player that I'd be looking for, or honestly the line I'd be looking for, is that Oreski, Heaton, Weishaus line. I'm very interested to see how they split that up. Both those goals scored by Michigan State was produced by that line. So I'm very interested to see. They might go with 2 or 1 of those and a defenseman, maybe 2 of them and a defenseman, and then the next line would be 1 of them and a defenseman, or 2 defensemen. So very interesting to see what these teams end up going with. If I am the Blue Devils, I would want to play more defensive. I think I'd put Bibas out there with Moreland and Fitzpatrick. Try and play more defensive, try and shut down an offensive attack. And hey, if a puck's loose, if Bibas can get there, if one of the defensemen can get there, hey, take your opportunity. But from what I've seen, the Blue Devils, they're playing tired, and it's not their fault. You know, they've had a very tough game, very long game. Their best player is out. So if worst comes to worse, they end up with a tie, that's what it is. And it looks like the Blue Devils are going to send out Langton, Bibas, and Moreland.
These have been my standout players for the game, honestly.
And answering is exactly what I said. It's going to be 2 defensemen and Weishaus. I can't tell. I believe that is Kagan and Larson out there. Puck dropped. Bibas wins that one. So 5 minutes of 3-on-3. Bibas is going to try and set it up. Bibas with Weishaus playing 1-on-1. Try to put that between the legs. And here come the other way. It's going to be Weishaus. It's going to be a 1-on-1 with Moreland. Turns into a 2-on-1. That shot saved. Rebound's loose. Rebound was there for Weishaus. Not able to capitalize. And here come the Blue Devils the other way. It's going to be icing. Langton sends that one down deep. Icing is called off. Good job right there by the Blue Devils holding on to it. Rebounds are loose. Offsides is waved off as Michigan State tags up, and Bibas sends that one over to Moreland. That was a really good opportunity for Michigan State. Luckily, that rebound bounced right past the loose puck as Bibas holds on to it. Bibas looking for an opportunity. Bibas cutting back up. Bibas trying to go between the legs. Slash to the face.
No
call right there.
Wow.
Trying to jump back into the play. Good stick right there. It's going to be a 2-on-1 going the other way. It's Pernod and Langton. It's a 2-on-1. Can the Blue Devils capitalize? To Pernod. Shot goes just wide, looking for it.
Almost
Langton.
there. This game's
It's
gonna
by
be
her feet. 3:40 remaining. Here comes Heaton the other way. Heaton with a lot of speed. Making a move. Pushed it just out of reach. Cutting back is Heaton looking for the pass in the slot. Her pass goes just
on it.
whiffed by Oreski. Fennessy with it now. Trying to hold it in the corner, looking for some body positioning. Coming out of the pile is Heaton with it. She cuts right back up. Holding on to it. Looking. Pass is blocked by Fennessy.
Great stick there.
Piernot with it now. Trying to get out of the zone is Fennessy. Fennessy.
Hit
Now
from
it's
behind.
Down deep, Moreland. Referees are very interesting in the game so far today.
Definitely letting him play, that's for sure.
Fennessy, Moreland, Pernod's gonna have an opportunity to beat the goaltender to the puck, and she will cover it.
Oh, an attempt at a...
And a slash by the goaltender.
Wow.
So the referees went from calling penalties to then just letting everything happen. I don't understand. Especially after watching that Buckberger penalty call, it just doesn't make any sense. I get the swing, you want to call something, but there was nothing there.
Yeah.
And now the referee doesn't call anything. I mean, we're halfway through overtime. Let's figure it out. Let's get something going.
Yeah.
2:43, 2-2 game here in overtime as Bibas goes right back out on the ice with Langton. Fresh legs for Lempa. her first shift, the second shift for these Blue Devils. Lempa to the outside, trying to get to it, not able to do so. Cut off. That pass shot goes wide. Lempa picks it up at the point. A lot of ice with 3-on-3. Got to use your legs. Got to skate. Picked up. Bebas with an opportunity, but not able to connect was Ortega. Langton with it. Bebas is going to have a breakaway.
Open.
Bebas. Her and the goalie. Her shot tried to go 5-0. Rebound was loose. If Bebas stops at the net, she has a goal. Ortega trying to hold on to it. Wong trying to get to it. Not able to do so.
Boxing out.
Puck's at the blue line. Offsides is called, and oh my gosh, Jordan Bebas had a goal. It was sitting there, and all she had to do was stop.
So close.
Blue Devils. Spartans, 2-2 here in overtime. Rebounds have been the story of the game. They've been loose. They've been there. Puck has not been put in the net. Could have gone home about 6 or 7 times throughout this game. But we're still here watching hockey. That's what you love to do here on a Friday night. Set that one across. It's Weber with the puck. Weber with it, sends that one between the legs. It's picked up by LaVale. LaVale holds on to it. LaVale stops, slows up, trying to get around Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick doing a good job, trying to hold on to it, needs the body positioning. That pass to the slot. Fennessy's going to have a shot to get to it. Fennessy slows up and lets Weber get to the puck first. Fennessy trying to forecheck here. LaVale now with the puck. LaVale's pass. Nice move for Hurst. Hurst trying to make it to it. Fitzpatrick cups back all the way. Fitzpatrick trying to get to that puck. Pernod now. Pernod, it's going to be a 2-on-2 going the other way. Pernod to Fennessy. Pernod will get off the ice. It's going to be open, and that's going to be icing. Puck's going to come all the way back down, and we're going to have less than a minute remaining here in the game. 58 seconds to go. 2-2 Spartans and Blue Devils here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena.
This has been an exciting end to the game, for sure. I mean, you can feel the tension on the ice from being even up here. You know, they're playing physical. The refs are letting them play, and something like that just snowballs into more physicality.
Langton with it, drops that one off to Bebas. Their third shift here in overtime. Bebas sends that one deep. It's intercepted. Shot down the length of the ice. It was Hurst. Back to recover is Moreland. We're under 40 seconds here in overtime. Moreland trying to make a move. It's going to be a 3-on-2 opportunity here. Not quick enough with the transition. Bebas will take care of it. Bebas holds on to it, trying to make a little bit of a stick move. I don't understand why that was necessary. Just get the puck to the net here. 25 seconds remaining. Now here comes the Spartans with an opportunity. Has a lane to the outside. Bebas is beat. Weishaus with a goal already. Weishaus trying to make a move. It's 10 seconds remaining. She has body positioning. Looking for some help out in front. Backhands. That one to center. That one goes off the stick. Bebas sends that one around, and Moreland will have the puck now and hold on to it. Give that one to Langton. And that seems like it might be it. Michigan State coming out onto the ice to celebrate with their goaltender, and that looks like it will be it. It's going to be a 2-2 tie after a 5-minute overtime period. Teams will shake hands, and man, oh man, was that a emotional game. Highs and lows, lows and highs. Puck was all over the place. Both teams giving it their all. The 6 and the 7 seed tie in the first game of the series here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. Langton and Fitzpatrick scoring for the Blue Devils. Weishaus and Oreski scoring for the Spartans. Game 2 of this series will be held tomorrow, Saturday, February 7th. The final here today at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. Spartans 2, Blue Devils 2, and that's going to be all. My name is Luke Weinberger here with Carmen Foster, and we'd like to thank you for coming in tonight. Just waiting up. We're going to try and get a sideline interview with Jordan Bebas momentarily. Very interesting game throughout. Both teams played with a lot of passion.
Yes.
Seemed like Michigan State had a lot of puck possession throughout the game, but not able to capitalize on their opportunities. Michigan State, a lot of rebounds loose in front. Bailed out the Blue Devils was Hart. Hart had a good game bailing out the Blue Devils. Senior
Stood on her head in
very,
that net.
very true. Stood on her head throughout, bailing out the Blue Devils here on senior night, a 2-2 tie. Not exactly what you want, but it's better than a loss.
Especially with, the loss of Buckberger again. It's an impressive third period and overtime performance. Being tired, being short, and shorter within a short bench originally. You got to be proud of the girls that stepped up, like Bebas. She played a great game, showed her leadership and her veteran skills within that last period for sure.
Tough one to swallow. I'm not exactly sure whether or not Buckberger will be available for a game tomorrow, but we will find out momentarily. 2-2 is the final. Another tie for the Blue Devils. Their third tie in 5 games. They are 2-0-3 in those 5 games, which in their last 5 games is better than a loss. We're going to send it down to Caprice Johnson with the coach of the Blue Devils.
Here with Coach Bollinger, this was a high-intensity game, pressure, it was tough. What are your thoughts after this one?
I'm exhausted. The girls are exhausted. That was a hard-fought battle from both teams, both goalies, a lot of penalties, which means a lot of blocking shots. So hopefully we can rest up Saturday and come back ready to play Sunday with, unfortunately, one player out for a game misconduct. So,
right. So every period of this game was a tough one. What were you saying to them in the locker room during each halftime period?
I was telling them once we got the lead that we just needed to get the puck out of the zone, hold on to the lead, block shots at all costs, cover everything. We didn't need to be fancy. We just needed to hold on to what we had.
Good job. You have coached a great team. They put on a good fight tonight, and it was amazing to watch. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Back to you guys.
So it will seem like the Blue Devils will be without Buckberger in that second game against Michigan State. And that's a big loss. Very unfortunate. Their 35-point getter, 36 now with that assist today. 24 goals, 12 assists on the year. It's going to be very difficult. And that's going to do it for us here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena. I'm Luke Weinberger alongside Carmen Foster. And we hope to see you next time the Blue Devils take the ice here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena.